It's straight. I was at the at my favorite little indoor range last night shooting my Marlin 60 with tech sights on it, which I've talked about in a previous video. Um, Trying to get it ready for taking it out a little farther than the 25 yards that is afforded me at shoot point blank on English Station Road, Louisville, Kentucky, which is a very accommodating place for me, especially with their veterans discount, because I can get a weekday membership there for $20 a month and shoot Monday through Friday, unlimited, and with my veterans discount, it only cost me $15 a month, so it's a pretty good deal for me. Especially since I can be out there every Monday evening while my wife's at a church meeting. Works out great. While I was there, I always like to look at their used guns. I bought two used guns from them, including this one. And they had a Springfield M1A1 on the wall, full size wooden stock, which, except for the lack of a little switch on the side that turned it into a machine gun, is identical to the M14 that I had when I was in the Marine Corps. It's a beauty, and apparently very new. I got to hold it last night when Phyllis came in to pick me up. Uh, I says, "Hey, you got to come over here and look at this." And there's this gigantic rifle on the wall. It's twice as big as any other long gun that they've got, and it's got this wooden stock, and it's. I didn't tell her, but when I was in basic training and had my M14, we're all supposed to give them girls' names, and mine was Phyllis. The guy let me hold it, cock it. It was in the used area, but it was, for all intents and purposes, a brand new rifle. The story behind it was that a guy came in and bought it, took it to the range, indoor range, which is like shooting a 308 at indoor range, is like um, terrible overkill if you ask me. Didn't like it, traded it in for a revolver. So they had a $1,400 rifle, military replica. They had it at $1,100, and of course the manager's joking with Phyllis, saying, "Hey, I need to tell me and take it home, man. Look at that." And of course I'm lusting after it because, you know, um, it would be a wonderful thing to own and shoot. Um, I certainly wouldn't be shooting it at a 25-yard indoor range. I'd be taking it to the Knob Creek and shooting it. Oh my gosh, we used to shoot those things at 600 yards. Um, that is pretty cool. Um, it was about a 9-pound rifle. So holding it up, of course, I was real pumped because I hadn't even seen anything like that in 40, 50 years. So I held it up to my shoulder and I cocked it and then dry fired it once or twice. I believe how buttery easy the trigger was on that thing. I don't recall um, in my Marine Corps days what the trigger pull and stuff was like, but I remember I was pretty good with the damn thing. And so I held it up to my shoulder, and it was pretty cool. It's like, let's go back about a year and a half. And when I woke up in late March of 2018, and my hands were shaking so bad, and my body was so weak, and everything was so fucked up that I thought I would never ever be able to shoot another gun again. But that hasn't been the case. I had this bad boy out and make sure that the windage was right on it at 25 yards. I had to do some cranking. It was shooting a little left, and I needed to move it right. And I got it on there pretty good. And I thought, well, here I am sitting on a little wooden stool with this thing propped up on the bag that I carry all my stuff in, and I'm doing precision shots at 25 yards, and now I got no excuse because windage is right on. Elevation's a little high, but that's the way it probably should be before I take it out and try and shoot it at 50 yards. So, and it was time to stand up like a man, put the stool back underneath the table, put this bad boy to my shoulder, and shoot. Standing up. Otherwise known as offhand. When you learn to shoot military style, you learn prone, which is laying on your belly, and then you move up to the next most stable shooting position, which is sitting, which is sitting cross-legged Indian style, with your forearm or your upper arms, elbows resting on your knees. And then you go to the kneeling position, and then finally to standing up and shooting. And in shooting military parlance, that's called shooting offhand. And so I shot offhand, and I didn't think, well, no excuses. Stand up, run your target out, hold the gun as steady as you possibly can, and shoot offhand. And I was pleasantly surprised that I was able to get a group of 15 rounds that the sucker holds at a time, and other than 3 or 4 flyers, was able to put them in a group about the size of the palm of my hand. Now that's certainly not what you'd call precision shooting. I know 11-year-olds who can shoot better than that, but for a guy like me, I wasn't too shabby. I still do a lot of shooting whenever I can, and it's interesting because the nature of the tremors that I have are such that I really don't start to tremor immediately when I'm at rest, like I frequently am when I'm making these videos. I'm barely quaking at all. It's when you load the muscles. So I can walk a couple of 3 steps, works pretty good. Then the muscles start to bear the load, and then they start to shake. So I have this little window of opportunity where I have a firearm in my hand. I'm looking down the range, and I'm getting ready to plug something. 3 or 4 seconds, bam, or bam bam, or bam bam bam, and that can occur prior to the tremors kicking in. So it's called, I don't know what you call it, window of opportunity shooting, but it's enabling me to get maybe 2-3 shots off before I have to stop, regroup, and put the rifle to the shoulder and try again. I think that that's pretty encouraging. I'm not going to stop maybe over time, and it'd probably be a pretty quantifiable thing to do if I actually kept score of what I was shooting, that I would see an improvement over time in physical symptoms that I'm dealing with. Who knows? What can I say? This is Strib. Good old shaky Strib, bored out of his gourd. Anybody want to go to the range sometime? Give me a call. Be glad to do it. I'll pay your range fee. I'll provide you ammo. I'll provide you guns. But that's, I need to go. I need to be out. It's good for me.